All right. What's up, everybody?
Hey, everybody. Welcome to this episode of Thinking Outside the Long Box. I'm Gabe.
Tim.
I'm Juan, and I'm really sad looking at the Rotten Tomatoes for this topic we're talking about.
Oh, I don't even.
Oh,
Now I don't want to know.
oh.
It's going to make me upset.
You don't want to
Well,
hear it, but you
we
kind of want to hear it.
we are chatting about History of Swear Words, which is an American documentary series hosted by Nicolas Cage. The series debuted on the 5th of 2021 of January this year. Hosted by Nicolas Cage, the unscripted series explores the history of swear words through interviews with experts in etymology, popular culture, history, and entertainment, with each episode diving into the origins, usage, and cultural impact of specific curse words: fuck, shit, bitch, dick, pussy, and damn.
I
And
forgot. I forgot Dick in the intro, and that makes me kind of sad.
I feel naughty just saying them,
Dick.
just by themselves.
We say them constantly.
I know, but I say them in a string of other bad words normally. It's weird to say
It's weird
them.
to single
Said
them out.
in a string of bad words. You listed a string of bad words.
That's true. You're right. You're right.
It would have been more awkward if you were like shit, dick, pussy, like you're just pausing between each swear word. That would have been awkward.
That would have been totally awkward.
So I'm gonna
It's like
start
having
with
a
the.
conversation with Mike Kirk back in the day when he would talk about midgets. Just
I'm
get
gonna-
so into it.
Yeah, I'm gonna start with the weird Rotten Tomatoes, and they're exactly the same. But it's both the critic and the audience scores at 67%, which seems incredibly low to me.
Ow. It is new. Maybe
There-
that goes up.
No, I feel like that. So you know how like sometimes the internet gets mad about stuff, and like
Yeah.
because the lady was cast in a movie, like all of a sudden the Rotten Tomato score is shitty.
Yeah.
This
Or
feels like
extremely good for for some unquantified reason.
this feels like a upset evangelical movement pissed off about a show. That's what that feels like.
Yeah.
Like people that are grumpy that it's about swear words, not grumpy that it's bad, because
Yeah.
nothing about this show is bad. This show is fucking
Yeah, it's
phenomenal.
amazing. Because
Can we-
I have seen an article to support that, Gabe, where people were pissed off that it was so readily available on Netflix, air quotes, and then Netflix
fucking
was
put
like,
parental controls on.
yeah,
kids.
Netflix was like, we're not responsible for you parenting your child.
It's like, oh my god, I can't believe how readily available Harry Potter is. No, wizards. Wizards are real.
No, Dumbledore's gay.
So, Nicolas Cage, man,
It is amazing, as always.
he is a goddamn genius. Nicolas Cage, he is always evolving as the Schrodinger's actor.
Yes.
He is somehow the best actor in the world and somehow the worst fucking actor in the world, and it's perfect, and he's perfect in this.
Did I miss anything, fuckbags?
So we were talking about how the rating probably isn't about it being bad. It's probably about people that are upset.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Like,
I know you were just talking about Nick Cage, and I actually think he was like the perfect choice for this.
yes.
The only
I don't
the
think
only
anyone could have done a better job.
the only thing I could not stop staring at, and I don't know if it's fake or not, is this fucking super dark beard and mustache. It
Right?
looked so out of place. I don't know if it was like super hardcore dyed or if that's just how it comes out, but it
looks
looked like he
fake.
treated it. Yeah.
It looks fake. I said that to Mel. I was like, what's with his facial hair? She's like, I don't know. That's weird.
Alicia
Like-
said the same thing, that his
It
hair
looked-
and beard looked fake.
It looked
That it just looked
painted
way
on.
too dark.
So, what was your favorite episode?
Ooh, that's hard. I think it's hard because they're all fun. For me, I think they ended it perfectly on a word that's not really condemned anymore. You know, damn might be the most banal swear word that they chose to include in season 1, and I thought it was like the perfect ending to the season, because I feel like you start off with the harshest word in fuck. You know, because it has it can be so mean, it can be so fucking not mean at the same time, and you end on a word that I feel like fuck is on its way to become. And I thought that was a really cool progression going down the line, and I think for that, damn is probably my favorite, only because it's like it's not really a bad word anymore, and I didn't think I would enjoy liking learning about shit that we just say every day. And Nick Cage has a way and so do let's give credit to Sarah Silverman and Nikki Glaser and all these people and Nick Offerman, who are also comedic.
Oh, they were all
geniuses,
fantastic,
and they're amazing,
every single one of them.
And I think there's a lot to be said too, because like I love stuff like this where you're learning about like language or history or anthropology and stuff like that. There's a lot to be said about how super engaging the scientists and like professors and stuff that they have in this show are. Like, so
the woman who has the like little 5-minute story about how her like 5-year-old curses and she like laughs hysterically, and then she has to like bite her tongue and be like, no sweetie, we don't do that. She was great. I think she was oh man, what's the forget it. I'm not going to remember what her science was. Began with an A, I think. Anthropology, I think.
She was the lady that was in the dress, right?
That's it's like a jean denim dress, maybe,
yeah,
or blue.
Kind of like she does this a lot with her hands.
Yeah, she was awesome.
She was amazing. The lady with the purple hair was super awesome, and then the guy that explains, like he explains specifically what you're talking about. That there's like there's a story arc to swear words, that they start out as being like super, super offensive, and then over time they're not swear words anymore. And that was super cool. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, Tim, what was your favorite episode? Before I talk too much.
It's probably a toss-up between shit and fuck. Just because both of those words are pretty unilateral swear words. You can use them in a lot of uses. And I thought a lot of the comedian commentary was just fantastic in both of those episodes.
The commentary on shit was really, really funny. Especially coming from the people who are not comedians, like you were saying. Like, that seems to be more funny to me, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's just because they're regular people talking about some crazy funny shit. I don't know. It made me laugh more.
Or you have these, like, Harvard PhDs talking about swear words. Like, it's just absurd.
And that's like
funny as shit.
Like what they study. Like, they study swear words. That's literally their job. Like, all three of the people that I mentioned, they talk about how, they're an anthropologist or they're a linguist or they're this, with a focus on swear words. Fucking somebody just studies swear words. Like, how cool is that? I don't. So
if
for
only
me,
we were smarter.
Oh yeah. I gotta be a lot more smarter. That's all I'm saying.
I said we, by the way. I didn't say just you. I said we.
I know. I'm just saying, for me to get to the smarter, I have to be a lot more smarter.
Got some remedial to go through. Just
yeah. One word I wish they would have done was cunt.
Same.
Yeah.
And I hope it's season 2.
I'm excited. So my favorite episode, like Juan's, is Damn. And I love this idea that, like, in the past, like, damning someone to hell was more offensive than somebody's dick, right? And that's because your dick was just your dick. Every dude has one, no big deal. And then over time, like, body stuff, like sexual things became offensive, and like that hell and damnation became less offensive. And then what the one guy was talking about is now it's moving away from bodily functions and like sexuality and moving into a time when the things that are offensive are like racial epithets.
Right.
And like, that's really fascinating to understand that, like, our grandparents' generation was really, really worried about sex and bodily functions, and less worried than their grandparents' generation was about, like, because my great grandma, I'm sure, would be really upset if I said, God damn it, like I know my mother-in-law is, but her generation's more offended by like this whole sexual revolution thing, and now this generation that's my kids is more offended by social things, like things that are important to them socially. Like I think that's really, really interesting. And the way they manage to tell that story while also being incredibly funny is really, really cool to me.
Yeah.
Hi, Hannah.
Hi, Hannah.
Hey,
We
Daddy.
see you.
I know how to unlock it. Don't worry.
I know, I'm just handing it to you.
Oh.
She wants to play a game on my phone.
Oh.
Specifically Among Us.
She wants to play Among Us.
Shit.
It's because it was just
I
watching.
hated that. That was the only thing I hated about the whole show was
I
that
thought it
bit
was
in the
funny.
shit
Oh,
episode.
it's
It
amazing.
annoyed me so much.
It's so dorky, like, and it's funny because it like really reinforces that idea that like swear words like have like a half-life. Like shit just isn't that offensive. Like
No,
I
it's
say,
not.
I mean, I cuss around my kids all the time because
way.
that stuff's not very offensive to me, but I would never call them like the N word. Like it's the only thing Juan's ever bleeped on the show, like, and at that moment I felt obligated to say it because it was making a point. But,
Well, and I that's the thing. You weren't even like, it's not like you just threw it out there. We were actively in a discussion about that word, about that.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the topic was, but
Neither do I.
it was
Luke
topical.
Cage.
It was topical, and
Right.
it's just you ride that line of, fuck, do we keep it in or do we not keep it? Like it's a hard line to ride, and
Yes.
at that point I was just like, nah, I'm just gonna bleep it out.
So, but now think about like what 65 years ago, there were comedians that were going to jail for saying fuck on stage. Like, and now I go to the grocery store and I say, hey, can you hand me that fucking thing? And nobody thinks
And
twice
it's
about
like a
it.
slip.
Like,
And
yeah,
some people
no-
don't even get offended that it sounded mildly aggressive because it's
Yeah.
just so normalized now.
It's
Yeah.
it's because the teens are like, look at this Karen.
yeah.
Yeah.
Give me the fucking thing!
But actually, Gabe was probably stoned, so how they took it was, "Give me this fucking thing!" was probably Gabe like, "Can you hand me this fucking thing?"
That thing is, that.
That fucking thing's up there.
Why does
I
that
need it.
fat
I
guy
need
just
it.
keep saying Like this show was a blast. Like I watched it with Mel. We fucking giggled through the whole thing. Like it's funny, it's informative. Like what a great show. Like okay, so that's the next obvious question. What swear words do you want to see in the second season? So there's 6 episodes in this season, correct?
Yes.
Yes. So if we
So
assume we have 6 choices.
So we've established cunt needs to be one. All right. I think bastard would be a really interesting one to do.
Mhm.
What do you
I'm going to be very, very bold. Retard.
Oh man, that would be
That is
That would
pretty
be an intense episode, I think.
and it would be really interesting because it comes from medicine and
Yes.
now it's offensive.
And
Like
now it's a derogatory term, and I think it would be a very deep episode for that show to take because they have all these PhD doctors that study this shit.
but how does like a Sarah Silverman, never mind. I just answered my own question.
Yeah,
mentally.
dude.
Yeah.
Yes, the answer is yes. You want to hear them awkwardly tiptoe around the R word.
Yeah.
Juan
think
might
s-
even bleep it out of this episode.
No.
No.
I think slut is a good one.
Oh, slut would be a really interesting one.
Because
So
that's
four.
that's definitely gone through some weird, especially lately, some
And
weird transformation.
Yeah, now
It's-
it's like a compliment for some weird
Well,
reason.
like when they talk about bitch and pussy and how it's like this reclamation through like feminism stuff, that shit was fucking fascinating, and slut is a great example of that. Let's see.
And I know Gabe doesn't even like feminists.
That's not true. It's like not true at all. I'm a total cucked out snowflake, you guys. Come on. Man.
What else is there?
Cuck.
Oh, no, that's too
I don't
on
even-
the road.
I don't even know if a lot of people would even know what that means.
I mean, do you have to look at like some of the things that are like truly offensive now? Like, what about an episode that's just about racist terms? You know, the N-word and spick and chink and like all that stuff. Because that stuff's super fascinating how that happens.
It really is, because I don't, I guess that's kind of the theme of this whole series, is that it's not really the word that's offensive. It's more how it's being used towards people. I don't
where it
really,
came from.
I don't really think. I mean, most people who call me Beaner now are people who are just fucking with me. They're people who I work with sometimes. You know what I mean? I don't ever get offended when somebody at work's calling me a Beaner, because I generally know that they're just fucking around with me. But if you're actively trying to be a douchebag, I don't even know that the word necessarily would make me angry as much as you're trying to be a douchebag. Less about the word to me than you just trying to be a dick.
See, and that's I think that's like a super important conversation to have, because I think that like in a lot of ways that's the N-word, right? Like if you're black and you're saying it with your friends, you're just fucking around with each other. Just like me calling you a Beaner, right? That it doesn't bug me, because that's what my dad said we were when I was a kid. Because it's like honky. It's like the least fucking offensive. Yes, I eat beans, asshole. Like, what do you want from me? Like,
honky would be a
I
great one,
love
because
beans
I would
too.
love to fucking know where the hell honky came from.
So I have the answer to that.
You know what we could
Let's
take
hear
back,
it.
though? I'm sorry. You know what we could take back?
Don't say it.
Dum, dum, dum.
I know what you're thinking.
Come on. You know what I'm talking about, Tim. Clerks 2.
He's taking back porch.
We're
monkey,
taking it
but-
back, bro.
Oh, porch monkey.
And if you were mean to her, she'd put the Sheeny curse on you.
Yeah.
Maybe my grandma was racist.
Oh man.
Honky.
So, let's see if I can find. So this might not be like the absolute story, but this is the one that I've heard from, or how it got started with people that were in my family and people that lived in like the East Los Angeles area in like the 50s and 60s.
Okay.
'Cause, like,
let's hear it.
Because my uncle lived out there, and what they would have to do, everybody lived in East Los Angeles, but they would either take the bus or they would walk across the Los Angeles River to go work in the city, or like in Beverly Hills or whatever, for rich people. And what would happen is, as they were walking across the bridge, people would honk at them and like scream wetback at them and stuff like that. And so people just started calling them honkies. And that's why my uncle says they started calling them that. And who knows? Like, that word's probably been used since like the 30s or something stupid like that.
It's weird.
Probably it may have something to do too, like in certain parts of the country, with honky tonks too. So
it's weird, because I feel like maybe not like me specifically, but just me in general. I feel like I'm a part of that revolution, that's taking back those words, because I'm able to freely talk about them, and they don't have an effect on me for real. whenever we're talking about immigrants or something and it's funny, I'll always be like, no, we didn't climb, we swam here. You know what I mean? Like it's I'm not a
That's always your question, Juan, when
I'm
you
not
say,
a
"Oh,
jumper.
this is my Mexican
we're
friend." You're like,
wetbacks,
"Oh, were they a runner or a swimmer?"
Yeah, exactly.
And then
That's what I'm
some of
saying.
them get it and some of them don't.
So it's just not offensive to me because it's just, I think it's funny now. I feel like the where we're at as far as immigration goes has been blown so far fucking beyond what it should be that it makes me laugh, and I feel like those terms make me laugh now. They don't offend me.
I think they still have the potential to offend. I think a
I'm
lot
sure
of
they
the
do.
time, but like you said, it has everything to do with the tone of it. Like I've had people scream fucking racist stuff at me and gotten in fights with them, but also Steve calls me horrible shit all the time, and I call him horrible shit back because we're friends, and that's kind of just something you do, and it's weird the kind of space those kind of words fit into, and that's what this show is awesome at showing. Like that at one point, damn was the worst thing you could say to somebody,
Right.
and now it's just like, whatever.
Fear of a literal hell was so real for these
Pervasive.
like dark age people.
And now we're like, damn,
and
that's
now
stupid.
now Tim has trophies and pictures of his murders behind him on the wall.
And nobody
there.
cares. Nobody cares.
All these damn pictures of all these damn victims.
The victim count's too damn high.
Well, I
Okay.
give it 2 thumbs up. I think Nick Cage was awesome. I think the comedians that they had in it were.
Did we
I think
finish
they.
6? Hang on, before we finish, did we get 6 words? We were thinking of 6 words.
Okay, so we did cunt,
Cunt,
bastard,
bastard,
Slut.
R word,
slut,
slut,
R-word,
R word.
My wife just called me a slut.
and then we said racial epithets for like its own episode would be kind of cool. And then, so no, we don't have 6. We only have 5. One more.
We need one more.
What other? That's the problem, man. I mean, a lot of the cuss words that were in the 6 are like my go-tos. Like
What about an episode that's just creative uses of euphemisms for genitalia, like douche canoe or pecker? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Douchebag
Like,
would be a good one.
Yeah,
Where did
like-
that come from?
like all
That
of
just
those,
popped up in the 90s, and suddenly I found myself calling my friends a douchebag.
or you know what else would be a good one? Ass.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good one.
Because ass is one. It's like, damn, like who? My 9-year-old says ass. Like,
The
nobody.
transition from another word for donkey
Yeah.
in the Bible to
And somehow that became butt. Like that'd be an interesting episode.
that
Swear
could be
words
the
about body
mundane.
parts.
That could be the mundane episode if they want to continue that.
Like, but swear words about body parts would be interesting. Like, euphemisms for penises and vaginas and butts and stuff like that and boobs. Like they're breasts, but people call them tits and boobs and all these other different like ridiculous names. Like that'd be a fun episode. Like
Right.
just different euphemisms for the nibbly bits, as it were. The parts you just want to.
Or how about this for a solid mundane swear word episode? Hell.
Hell, that'd be
Good
interesting.
one. That's a good one.
Huh.
For
Now we have-
sure been like a blacklisted word for like decades after the fall of Rome.
Yeah.
And then suddenly like it's Gabe's probably got shirts with it printed on. I know I do.
Yeah. For sure. I read books about it all the time. It's crazy.
Yeah, the movies in the title of things now.
Well, or just shows like Lucifer.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's literally about the devil, like solving crimes randomly, banging lots of chicks.
So he's basically 007 Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty
Cool.
much. It's pretty cool. Cool. Well, on that note, be sure to check us.
I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt. It's funny because we've been going for almost 25 minutes, and I was like, what? I mean, how much can we really talk about this? So I'm proud of us. We dug a little bit deeper than I thought we would. So I just wanted to put that out there before you ended the show.
And like, honestly, the show leans itself towards that because there's so much interesting shit in there. Like the stuff about pussy. Ashton was asking me about that and how it literally meant a cat and then became a term of endearment and then became a reference to like a promiscuous woman and then became a reference to like a, like this other thing and then became like something negative you say to a man because he's not being a man. Like, that's an amazing thing to think about, right? That like this word has meant so much stuff over literally like 1,500 fucking years or something like that. That's impressive. Like, I mean, I don't say thou or thine, like, but I say pussy a lot. Like,
That's weird. I don't know that I say that a lot.
Well, I mean, I do quote that scene in From Dusk Till Dawn pretty much every chance I get. So
for the outro, one
great
more.
Scene.
Let her rip, Gabe.
Oh, well, on that note, please be sure to check us out at motherfucking TOTLB.com. And if you don't get your shit ass over to YouTube at youtube.com/thinking outside the long box, then you're a fucking asshole.
And a dick.
I love it because you don't have any hate in your. Those words have no meaning right now.
I know, it's amazing.
I mean, we've probably all said those words at least a dozen times already today.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And while you're busy taking a shit in your fucking bathroom, be sure to head on over to our Patreon page, patreon.com/TOTLB, where you can get all of the goddamn cool shit that you fucking want.
Fucking A.
Fucking
Damn.
A.
Fucking
Damn.
A.
And you know what? There was once this fucking guy who was always fucking midgets, and it was so fucking gross. And then he fucking died, and his fucking name was Michael Kirk, and you can call us on his fucking memorial hotline, 970-573-61 motherfucking 48. Until next time. You can let us
know that you give a fuck.
Until next time, I've been Gabe.
I'm Tim.
I'm Juan.
And go fuck yourself.
Bitch.
Oh, man.